Hello, my YouTube friends. So I'm going to kind of talk and work at the same time because this week has been a little bit crazy because we haven't really had a planning time because we've had so many meetings and we have another one today. So it's just been a lot of trying to get everything done. And we did a science experiment yesterday that was about the pan flutes, so about pitch, because we're teaching about sound. So we made, their straws were smaller, theirs were like this size, and they made their pan flute, and they had a whole list of questions to answer about that. Part of their morning work this morning is to finish that up and finish the rest of the questions. So today, we are going to do the cup experiment. So, the paper cup foam. However, I decided to elevate the science of that a little bit. So when I was at the store, I think I was at Dollar Tree, getting the cups, I was like, I could just get paper cups because that's what it calls for. But if I got 3 different kinds of cups, and they kind of added to their hypothesis of what do you think, or which cup do you think will carry the sound the best, then it kind of elevates it a little bit more, and they have to do a little bit more thinking. So that's not really part of the experiment, but I added it on there, and I think they will like that added element that everybody's cup is not the same. And then they get to kind of share and trade off cups and trade off partners so they can try out the different cups and see which one works the best. So I got 3 different kinds of cups. I got styrofoam cups. I got these. I got, of course, purple, but they're like just cups, plastic cups, like solo cups. And then I got just the regular paper cups. So we'll be able to make 5 paper cup foams, 8 of the solo cup ones, and then let's see, that'll be 13. So we'll have to make, I can't do math right now, my brain is fried, 6. We'll have to make 6 more of this. Did I say, I don't know what I just said. I think that I said 13. But I'm trying to cut and talk and everything at the same time, so my brain is kind of fried. And think of all the things that I've got to get done without a planning time. I am excited about, so I always make math kits, I guess you would say, for my kids. And before, when I was face-to-face, I liked what I had, but it was a hassle a lot of times. And I had 3-gallon bags, or baggies, the big ones, and they hung on the back of their chairs. And the problem is the hooks would fall off their chairs, the bags would get missing parts in it. They were all like in the bag. So I've been looking for something that I thought would work a little bit better. And I hate that it's like the 3rd week of school and I'm just now figuring out what I want to use, but sometimes that's the way it happens because I've kind of just passed out what I needed to this point. But I wanted to show you. So at Dollar Tree, when I was there, I was looking for dice containers, the small ones that are like this. And apparently no Dollar Tree has these around my area anymore. And I needed just a few more because I have some left over. These work perfect for the dice. You put them in, shake them up, and then you don't have to take them out of the container. But sadness for me, I didn't have them. But I did find these in the cooking section. So they're blue tops, not purple. I like the purple, but they feel like this. They won't fit a whole sheet of paper in them. They're not like big enough, but I figured I could make all of my things just a little bit smaller, cut them down, and all of my things will fit in there. And they're hard case, so then they can stack. Plus my kids do have cubbies over here, and there's plenty of room in them, so I can put all of their like chips and their tens and ones and their dice. I can put it all in here, and a lot of things will fit, and they'll be able to sort through it easier instead of digging in the bag like we did before. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a good alternative for that. I also found these little containers, and they were super cheap. They're not very well made, but I feel like they'll fit the purpose. So we used them yesterday. I put their cubes in to make their pan flutes and put them in their boxes, and that worked perfectly. I also found these that I thought would be better for bigger manipulatives. The problem is I needed 20 of them. They come in packs of 5. I went to 2 different Dollar Trees, and I still am 1 pack short. So I'm 5 short. So I have 15 of them, but not 20 of them. So I need 1 more pack, and none of the Dollar Trees around my area have them. So that's a little bit sad for me. It has been a very good week. Like I said, it's Thursday of our 3rd week. My kids are getting into the routine, which also means that my kids are getting into the routine. So they're doing a lot more talking, a lot more of me having to move kids, calm them down, change their seats, and they're not very happy with their teacher when that happens. But I also have to have control of the classroom so that people can hear what I'm teaching. So there's like this balance of I want them to talk, I want them to discuss and learn from each other, but they also have to respect that I am speaking and you can't talk over me, because then people can't hear. We're going to be taking our math module today. I'm not very hopeful of how well that they have learned this first math section. The ones that know it, if you're familiar with Eureka, the first math section is they have to like take from 10. So they have to make a 10 to add, or take from 10 to subtract. The ones that have it, they have it. I mean, they are like on it. They could literally teach my class. The ones that don't, I have pulled every way possible that I know to help them to understand, and they just don't have it. But what I also notice is that my kids don't know that this is 5. They don't have automaticity with anything, with any numbers. So that is definitely something that I'm gonna work on and incorporate, and definitely do a lot more work with that. Because if you don't know that this is 5 and you're having to count that every time, and if you don't know this is 5, you also don't know that this is 10. So when they are making numbers every time, they're having to count all of the numbers. And I mean, in 2nd grade, we get into double and even toward the end, triple digit. Well, you certainly cannot count those on your fingers. And so we've just got to work on a lot more of the facts, of getting them to understand what makes these numbers. The cool thing is, I shared earlier about my doorway. I'll show you. So I shared about my doorway. So those are the friends of 10. I also made these cards, which this is a great way. And you can do this with 1st grade, you can do this with 2nd grade, you can do this with any number that you're trying to teach them the facts. So I made these, I have these little envelopes, and I made them cards. Here's the cards. And so I got cards that also have the word on it because they need to know that, even though I'm not pushing that right now. So the way this game, if you can call it a game, they lay all these cards out on their table so they can see them all. And the object is they try to match as fast as they can. So they pick up the friends of 10. So 5 plus 5 equals 10. And then they're looking through 8 plus 2 equals 10. And then 1 plus 9 equals 10. And so it's an easy way. You can use deck of cards too. I have lots of deck of cards that I use, but I wasn't ready to get those out yet because sometimes they get confused that they're supposed to play a game that wasn't this. Sometimes it's just easier to start with something like this. And you can do these, you can just write them. And so this is a great way to practice ways to make numbers. So you could just use the 5s, the 6s, the 7s, the 8s, the 9s, and the 10s, and make those combinations. And it's great. It's a great way to have some more automaticity and fluency with those numbers. So the funny thing is, if I ask my kids, and this is what's cracking me up. So if I ask my kids, what is the friend of 10 of 8? They can just about all tell me 2. But if the problem is 8 plus what equals 10, or 10 minus 8, they have not related those facts to that fact. So there's just a little missing foundation piece there that they haven't connected those together. So we've just got to work on that and get that so that they understand that the friend of 10 is also that 10 fact. So hopefully we'll get that together and they'll understand that more. So today, like I said, we've got another science experiment. I'm going to post this science experiment separately from my weekly vlog just because they are a little bit, well, they're loud, first of all, because the kids are so excited, and they just are a different nature. So I'm not going to post those. I have started videoing more in my class because I do have permission from my parents to video, and they were all for it. So I have been able to do that. You will notice some kids still wave at the camera since it's new, and they'll get over that soon. They'll forget that I'm even videoing, and it won't even be a thing. But right now, you probably will notice that they're doing some waving and some, oh, she's videoing. You'll hear them in the background. She's videoing. And so hopefully soon that will just be secondhand and they won't think about it anymore. All right, guys. Well, I love you. I hope you do something amazing and incredible and always be you. Bye. All right. So the next word is hi. Hi. So hand under chin. We're going to drop it. Hi. We're going to clap it. Hi. We're going to pound it. Hi. How many syllables?
1.
Do it again. So it's not how many we did it in all, it's how many we did each. So ready? Drop it. Hi. Clap it. Hi. Pound it. Hi. How many syllables? Just 1. Now we're going to tap the word. Ready? I. How many sounds? 2 sounds. So we're going to put our 2 lines. So that's our sounds. And then we're going to we're going to tap it and listen for those sounds. So we start with, right? What letter you think that is? H. And then I. Why do I have my hand up? Because it's a vowel man, right? I. That one's an easy one.
That one's open.
It is open. Yes, Cade. Awesome. Miss Stevens has taught you something this week. Yes, it is open because the vowel is hanging out all by itself. That makes me do a little happy dance. They're both open. So Eleanor just marked flew because the vowel is hanging out all by itself. Another happy dance. Yes, yes, yes. I like it. I like it. All right. Next word. Music. Music. So hand under your chin. Ready? We're going to drop it. Music. We're going to clap it. Music. We're going to pound it. Music. How many syllables? 2. And now we're going to tap the word. Ready? How many sounds? 5. So 5 lines. Well, we have 2 syllables, remember? So 1 syllable is one way and 1 syllable is the other. So we have to look at both the syllables. So let's sound that and fill in those sounds. So the first sound is So write what letter makes the sound. Hopefully you wrote an M. U. Write what letter makes the U sound. And then I. And then the last one could be tricky. So it is a C.
No, it's just C.
It is a C.
I practiced that one at home.
You practiced that one? So that gets a little bit tricky sometimes of when we have more than one. So let's look at, this is our first syllable. Is mu open or closed?
Open.
Open. And is sick open or closed?
Closed.
Closed. Good job. Kiss your brains. Perfect, perfect, perfect.